In Washington, Faith Abube, ABC News.
Now, the unrest in Haiti is having an effect on Siouxland missionaries. They make regular trips to Haitians in need, providing them food and education. So we spoke to the missionaries at Touch of Hope in Rock Rapids. They are now concerned about when and how to return to Haiti.
We actually haven't been able to do our typical work that we have had, as in mission trips and that, going on for 2 years now because of all the unrest that has taken place. It's just not safe. There's been a lot of violence with the gangs and all of that has been going on.
Megan also says Touch of Hope started just 10 years ago, and their missions provide education to around 1,000 students. They also hope to continue their work again soon. Now, fans are banned from the Tokyo Olympics following rising COVID-19 infections in the capital, which a state of emergency is aimed at containing. Fans were banned months ago, but the new measures will clear venues entirely all around Tokyo as well, turning the Olympics into a made-for-TV event. Only 15% of Japanese people are fully vaccinated, still low compared with 47% in the United States, plus almost 50% in Britain. Now, today, the president will be talking in detail about withdrawing troops, and it will be for the first time. They're being brought from their main military base in Afghanistan. The Pentagon made an announcement just days ago that the process is moving quickly and ahead of schedule. Over 90% of American troops have left the country, which is also way ahead of President Joe Biden's deadline of September 11th.
To Afghanistan because of a horrific attack that happened 20 years ago. That cannot explain why we should remain there.
The president says he plans to keep 650 troops in the country, and it is to help secure diplomats located at the U.S. Embassy there. He also plans to make his speech around 1 p.m. Central Time, taking place in the East Room of the White House. Back here in Siouxland, a Cedar Rapids community is showing support for a family. They lost their son in an accident at Adventureland Park. A raft flipped on the raging river, killing Michael Jaramillo.
As he transitioned into glory, I felt like, who am I to be here to hand him off to Jesus?
Christian Life Church's congregation took time to remember Michael, and they coined the 11-year-old as the ultimate helper. Then they prayed for his parents and for his older brother. David remains hospitalized, but the pastor says he is slowly recovering as he's currently on life support. He says it is a reason to keep praying as much as they can. Well, authorities have just identified 3 people who were found dead, and they were discovered in a home in Algona on Monday. The 3 individuals were identified just last night. It was by the Iowa Department of Public Safety. One individual was 6-year-old Logan Phelan, the second was 3-year-old Seth Phelan, and the third was 32-year-old Christopher Phelan. Officials say the boys died of a gunshot wound, so their deaths are considered homicides. Christopher also died from gunshot wounds, according to DPS, but his death is considered a suicide. Investigators also did not specify a relationship between Christopher and the boys. There's also new information about a shooting incident, and it all happened in downtown Sioux City just last Sunday. 2 people were injured and treated at Mercy One, one with a non-life-threatening gunshot wound and a second with minor cuts. Police then found evidence of a shooting at Afterset, which is also a club known as Esquire. The victims at Mercy One were likely injured there, according to police. Police also say the victims refused to cooperate, but detectives are still continuing to pursue leads. So if you at home have any information about this, you can call the number at the bottom of your screen at 712-258-8477. Again, 258-8477. Now, a Dakota Dunes man will be pleading guilty in court. It's for embezzling from a North Sioux City business. 33-year-old Joshua McElroy has been charged, and originally it was with grand theft plus embezzlement of property received in trust. Court documents then revealed he stole property, and it was from Murphy Insulation. He took between $100,000 to $500,000 of it, and it happened between 2017 and 2020. He did it with property he had control over, both authorized and unauthorized. So he will plead guilty, but to the Class 4 felony of grand theft, and that is part of a plea agreement. Then the court will dismiss all other charges. He will also receive probation, and the state will recommend he be sentenced, which would be for 6 years in prison. Now we're going to take a quick break from the news and check in with meteorologist Caitlin Lohr for today's forecast. And Caitlin, we saw even cooler temperatures this morning, which I'm sure a lot of Siouxlanders are enjoying as well.
Yeah, you know, we're looking at low 80s this afternoon. We're still in the 60s this morning.